Hi everyone, welcome back to the podcast. We have Keshav again, and he's made some more inroads into the Power of Habits book. It's a very dense book, and it's very subject heavy, and the concepts are very hard. It's not like learn to earn.
Yes, sir. It is.
Yeah, it's much harder. So, from lifting very light dumbbells, I've made Keshav into powerlifting right now.
Yes, sir. I'm not used to read books, but this book is much more complicated compared to other books, sir.
I'm happy. It's good in exercise when you do, right?
Mm.
They'll have power sets, meaning you do some light exercise.
Yes, sir.
Then they do some heavy exercise, and then come back to light exercise. So
Yes, sir.
even when you're developing your mind and you're working on your language and reading, it's good to like first get some warm up done, which is learn to earn
Okay.
in terms of language and reading.
Yes,
Purely on that.
Ah.
Now we're doing something which is a little dense and very heavy. So after this, we'll do something little light again.
Okay.
Don't worry. I will not make it harder and harder.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, today we are going to speak about something that,
And I know you respect me.
yes, sir, I'm trying
I know
my
you
best
respect.
to.
No, I know. I just want to tell you that.
Okay. Today we are going to talk about paper published by Duke University researcher in 2006. In that paper, he states that 40% of actions people perform is not actions, it's their habits. But we are thinking it's an action, but it is not action. It is a part of an habit. So even Aristotle to Oprah spend much of their time in life thinking that why habit exists. Still, they didn't get any answers. So my question for you today is, do you really feel, because in my perspective, you know things better than me, sir. Better than most of us. So, sir, in my perspective, sir.
Yeah. So let's keep it like that.
Okay.
Don't say most of us.
Yes.
Don't generalize.
Okay.
Then I'll get people throwing stones at me.
Okay. In my perspective. So, do you also realize that your part of actions is not actions, is habits in any ways?
My father used to have this quote.
Okay.
My favorite word of his is called MAFA. It's called mistaken activity for action.
Okay.
Just because you're doing some activity doesn't mean you're performing any action.
Okay.
This falls into this kind of category because the flip of it is, I'll tell you what. When you see your father getting angry with you or your mother getting angry with you,
Okay.
or when you're going in the road, someone cuts you and they start cursing you. If you analyze it and see, some of that action or most of that action, you can write it off as a habit. We form habits, even being a parent.
Yes.
Correct?
Ah.
Reacting to your child, it becomes habitual. And the reason why we form these habits is to simplify life.
Okay.
Because your brain wants to simplify things and create actions into habits. So then it can call on that. So it doesn't waste time, thinking time, processing time is not wasted on doing that action. So if your child gets angry or does something to upset you, you reprimand the child. First time you'll do it consciously.
Correct.
Second time, a little less consciousness. By the third or fourth time, you're
becomes
just
a
reacting habitually.
Ah.
You don't eat first time, you would have taken time to understand the problem and react, saying the child behaved badly. The third or fourth time when you're reacting to the child, you're not now evaluating anymore.
It becomes a habit.
This is true in everything. So the policeman, the first time the constable reprimands someone, first time in the job, he understands, he's asking what is happening, then he reacts to it. By the time he becomes an inspector, sub-inspector, he's
knows
done this
things.
so many times.
He knows
He
things.
just assumes. It's become a habit.
Correct.
Hey, see you on the bike. Won't ask him, why are you going fast? Did you see the signal? Immediately. Of course, he saw the
He
signal.
start to yell.
Maybe there's a problem.
Correct.
Maybe this time it's a unique situation. But the man will not react like that. Did you see it? Are you blind? Of course, he's not blind. He's sitting on a bike.
Correct, sir.
So these kind of actions are not actions anymore. They're
It's
habitual.
within habits.
So this is what they're focusing on. So what are the implications of this? What are the implications is, there's two ways to see it. One, now that you know, you can understand, I can build better habits. You start analyzing every day. Like how you take note of your expenses, you should also take note of your actions.
Action. Okay.
And then end of the day, see how much of those actions were you there. I can guarantee you 99% of our audience, when they're brushing their teeth in the morning, are not brushing.
It's their habit.
They don't even know what they're brushing. How much of all of us have so many teeth. Actually, have you brushed each one? My dentist used to tell me when I was a child. He'll say, count each one, count and go. Then go on top, count. We'll do that the first few times. By the third or fourth time, it's become a habit. So we just assume. Correct. These kind of assumptions lead to mistakes.
Okay.
Like the pilot door in the aircraft which blew off in the US. You saw the news?
No, sir.
Boeing. The door went off.
Oh.
The aircraft.
Yes, sir. On that fall, that one iPhone got survived. I read about the news.
You're happy that you have an iPhone.
Yeah.
I understand that. So, the door blew off. So, what's happened is the bolt on the door has not been tightened enough.
Okay.
It's a manual job. Someone is sitting and tightening it. So, you can imagine a huge aeroplane. One guy is working. He's tightening the bolt. It's become a habit for him.
Then so many times.
Yeah. So this one time, he probably thought he's tightened it enough because that action is turned into a habit.
But it's not.
He's not. So this is the implications of the study. Okay? People now, advertisers can use this to make buying their product into a habit.
Yes.
That's why cigarette companies are very happy.
Yes.
ITC knows.
Yes.
The cigarettes are killing people. ITC knows cigarettes are bad for you.
But still people are...
Still they're selling
so
it.
interested to it. Correct.
Why are they allowing it?
Correct. In this book also, they talked about a company called... you already talked that in the Russian video, sir. Procter & Gamble. In that company also, they issued a Febreze spray, which turned into $1 billion business by knowing people's habits.
Correct.
By using their habits, they made a small spray into $1 billion business, sir.
Why? Okay, so the simplest thing, your toothpaste.
Yes,
it's a
sir.
habit. Since human beings were walking on this planet, we were not using toothpaste. One guy who invented toothpaste worked out that this is an important thing they can add on to the brush. Okay, in lots of parts of Africa and India and all that, they don't use a toothbrush. They just take a stick.
Neem sticks. Sir.
Yeah, and they just, that's enough. But we are now believed that we must have one brush and you need to put toothpaste on it.
Correct.
And do this. Now the latest is against toothpaste, not because it's a habit forming and it's they're sucking money out of us. It is now saying that there's chemicals in it. That is a new habit they're trying to get us away. Those chemicals are bad. So we should use natural toothpaste. They're not saying don't leave. They're not saying don't use toothpaste. You don't need toothpaste. They're not saying that.
So you're saying organic. Oh, okay.
And that will be 5 rupees more. Why? Because they have removed the chemicals from this. It is natural. So this is how companies use these, like Procter & Gamble. Like you said, the Febreze is a very good example. You create a habit. You create a consumer. There's no market there. You're creating a market by using human psychology. And you're creating a dependency, and that dependency becomes a habit. And before you know it, you're doing it without even realizing it.
Understood. So now I came to realize that we spoke so many times finance-related topics. Then we get into some psychological topics. People are mostly in the comments say like you are deviating from the topic. But now after 4 to 5 pages in the book, now I came to know that everything is linked to psychology. So that's...
So this is the same reason why you're not able to invest. Since you want to know why you're struggling to invest, because you're being made into a habit of spending.
Correct.
You don't spend as an action. You're thinking it's an action. That when you're spending your action. No, you're not. You're spending purely on a habitual basis. And Amazon has put it on speed. Flipkart, Amazon, all of them, Myntra. They'll deliver the product, you don't like it, we'll pick it back up from you at no cost.
Correct.
So everything is a win-win-win. So now you're just randomly buying. You have already 30, 40 t-shirts, but you still feel like you need this one.
Buying a t-shirt.
Fast fashion is hardwired us. So now you cannot save anymore. You can't invest anymore because you're constantly being told. For example, like this is stainless steel. Okay? If this is made out of platinum or this is made out of stainless steel, makes no difference to you.
Correct.
Even if I'm wearing it to show off. For a normal user, normal person who sees it, layman sees it, they will not know the difference. They'll of course argue saying, no, if I know what platinum looks like, I know what white gold looks like. Yeah, you might be in the industry. You might be a person. But like Rupesh or anybody else you ask, they will not know what it is. But you're forced into this notion that you must afford something you can't afford because that person is doing it.
Okay.
Most people don't even realize the celebrities, the Hollywood, when you see them in the Golden Globes, when you saw them, all the clothes they're wearing is borrowed. All the jewelry they're wearing is borrowed. They don't own any of it.
Okay.
The fashion houses reach out to them, like Tanishq and Tata will reach out to them and say, Amrapali will reach out to them and say, please wear, I'm giving you my diamond earrings. It's worth 5 crores. You please wear it for free. Just make sure in all the photographs you're wearing it. Why won't you wear it? Imagine
brand value.
Imagine now, Keshav, the Ola electric vehicle comes every day. You're going to office, Keshav. You take our bike and go because you become famous.
That will be a good marketing strategy.
Yes. So, but what happens is this sets an action call on the consumer, and then you start buying out of habit. Now we're trying very hard to break that action, that habit of spending, and to create a new habit of saving, which is very difficult to do because the spending habit, there's so much of pushing.
Correct. We have to overcome
people
that.
Like ITC, Procter & Gamble, Unilever, Britannia, they're all pounding you, saying spend, spend, spend. Okay. So to come out of that habit, there's mutual funds is not pushing you that way. Except for mutual sahi, which is a joke. Okay. Everyone says it's a joke. Right? Other than that, it's very hard to wake you up.
Correct, sir. So on the book itself, in the 3rd or 4th page itself, they gave the answer that habits can be changed if we understand how they work.
Yes.
So I have to talk about this because most of the habits are noted by you, sir. Because you only noted me so many habits that you are doing this. Do this properly like this. So I didn't understand how my habits work or what am I doing.
Yesterday I had an aha moment when I told you how you're translating the Tamil to English. Once you understood it, now you're able to fix it. Till that point in time, you did not understand why you're saying sir so much.
True.
It is very confusing for you. It's like, I don't want to say it, but I'm constantly saying this. Why am I doing it?
I have been thinking that if I end some sentence without sir, it is incomplete. Like if I say true, sir, it feels complete to me, sir. If I say true, it will be like something incomplete is happening there.
Now that you've understood it, you're able to address it. And me just giving you reassurance, saying, Keshav, I know you respect me, calms your unconscious mind into like, okay.
Correct.
He knows I respect him.
True.
So it lowers their anxiety level down. Same is true with habit forming. So if you have one of the best ways to get rid of a bad habit is substitute it with a good habit. Because you need to do something. There's a call to action happening. So that call to action, you put in something which you want, which is beneficial to you. So one of the famous ways people do that when it comes to saving is, if I'm going to spend 100 rupees today, I invest 100 rupees. So all your bills you see, you'll always have to double it and see now. So before you're spending, you're becoming conscious again. So instead of spending 500 rupees today, I have to spend 1,000 rupees because if I'm putting 500 rupees here, I have to put 500 rupees in savings. If I'm putting 500 rupees petrol, I have to put 500 rupees into investment. So everything will suddenly slow down. It's a very classic way of investing. So that is what it boils down. You understand?
Understood.
So if you put a good habit which you want, strap it with your bad habit, slowly you create more awareness into it, so that habit will start breaking and become more conscious into an action. And even let's say it becomes into a bad habit where you're spending here and saving here, at least you are mitigating, you're lowering there is some wealth creation happening with your spending.
True.
That's why they say don't use social media, because all these are triggers. Constantly looking at Instagram is a trigger. As most people on trolls, on Twitter, on YouTube, most trolls don't even know what they're typing half the time.
As you said, it is correct. Because first when I used to see Instagram and I waking up, it's an action. But after that, it becomes a habit. Because every time when I woke up, I'm not seeing the time. I'm just getting into the Instagram and seeing the feeds. Now I'm...
Correct. And even people react in internet and social media as a habit.
Habit. Correct.
They don't really think, what is that person going through? Can I be in that shoe? There are so many parts of that story I don't understand, don't know. So how can I pass a judgment? They don't think like that.
Without thinking anything, they're just a habit.
Yeah. And they've sent it off. Problem is, like the Maldives deputy minister now is in hot water. And he's deleted the tweet and he bought himself unnecessary attention. He habitually, like he's probably going on Twitter every day, commenting on everybody. He just saw Modi's thing and he just gave an offhand comment. That's why the joke everyone is, I hope no Thailand minister is going to see any video and comment. Because A lot of Indians go to Thailand. So it'll be a tough situation for a lot of Indians who want to go and a lot of Thai who want Indians to come. Imagine that breaks down. So that's why this is important to understand, to break those habits. Do not comment unnecessarily. Lesson learned.
Understood.
If you have an opinion, keep it to yourself. Chalo, I think we have taken quite a bit of valuable time for everybody today.
Yes, but today it is a nice podcast because I came to know so many things.
I'm glad. I'm glad, Keshav.
Thank you, sir.
Chalo. Thanks for watching the podcast, guys, and we'll see you in the next one soon. Bye.
Bye.